Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangover podcast with me, Chuk, Master 22. This is the second week where I've been absolutely hanging because I've drank too much as usual. But today I'm joined by December only. Everyone else is busy, so it's just the two of us tonight, Ken.
Yeah, and I'm sober, so at least one of us will, have some quality input.
Yes, yeah, I was out watching the Wales football game last night, and we won 1-0, so
Yay,
very,
Wales.
very drunk. Yeah, yay Wales. I'm sure everybody cares about Wales, but...
And then, we've got Rickson, who just said he was busy, don't know with what, but...
Yeah.
And
Cause is in Spain.
Yeah, Cause is in Spain. Where is he, Shagaluf or...
I think so. Shagaluf or Ibiza. Where else could he be? I don't know.
I don't know.
I've no idea. I'm sure he's enjoying the sun. But on to the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Out of 10, December, what would you give it?
The entire weekend, with the carnage that was qualifying, a 7. Just the race day, a 5.
Oh, yeah, I think I have to agree with you with a 7 and a 5. It wasn't great. It was a great start, and then as usual with the latest regulations, it dies down after the first couple of laps. Unfortunately, and it gets very boring.
There were some quality overtakes. I'm not going to deny that, but
oh yes,
it's a bit. Every race is just dive bomb galore, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and especially at Monza.
Yeah,
it seemed to be the only overtaking spots were pits. The main DRS straight, and then into the second chicane, after the Curva Grande, I think was it Curva Grande?
Yeah, Curva Grande.
Just after that, and that was about it. There was nothing
when someone managed to overtake around Raskas. Oh no, wait, it's Parabolica, isn't it?
Oh,
hey,
no, a joke.
Who was it? Oh, it was a Bottas and Vettel.
I remember Bottas was on Raikkonen because it was.
It was Bottas and Raikkonen who were side by side through Parabolica and then almost touched wheels or did touch wheels at the start-finish straight.
There's a lot of contact between the Raikkonen and Bottas, and they've always the last couple of races actually they've had a lot of dicing together, which is good to see both teams racing together, and they've had a lot of hate between each other. Was it Russia last year or year before when they had a big crash?
Yeah, could be.
I can't. Yeah, it was a big crash between the two of them. So they're not the best of friends, I don't think.
No.
But on to the actual, like we said, we'll go through each team.
Yeah.
So we'll start at the back.
I'll start with yesterday because you mentioned Corsa being in the sun. Well, people who went to the Italian Grand Prix for some sunshine got a bit mugged, didn't they?
They did. They got absolutely drenched.
Did you watch qualifying?
No, I was drinking, so I didn't. If you want to take it away with qualifying.
Oh no, this is just a bit of plugging. The Call of Duty beta was out, so I was playing that, and I was like, right, almost 2:00. Well, then 1 p.m. for you guys, but 2 p.m. for me. Right, time for qualifying. Oh, it's pissing down. Fair enough. What's the worst that could happen? Then that French baguette goes off like an absolute twat because he can't control his car. I mean, everyone goes out on an out lap and then, one lap where you push a little bit, but not go full out. And he just goes like, meh, 100%, and then complains to Charlie Whiting that he let him go out. I'm like, what? But the weather, yes, it was horrible. Then they had a bit of a window where it was drying up. So I was like, go out. It's only 13 minutes left into Q1 and then see from there how we can do. But they kept waiting, kept stalling. Then it started raining again. I went back onto the PlayStation to game a bit, and then, keeping an eye on Twitter, they finally restarted it, and boy, was it worth it.
Yeah.
Oi. Van Dorn making it into Q3 with the McLaren Honda.
Yeah, which was good to see.
It was a banging... I mean, obviously I support Van Dorn, and he was dropping down to P11 due to some people crossing the line, but he timed like his final lap to perfection, and then bang, he goes into P9, Ocon beating Perez by 0.02. Wait, let me open qualifying. Perez. Wait, where's the best time? Well, this is all gone tits up. Oh, here we go. Q2. 0.002 of a second. So 0.002 of a second. So that was a bit of banter there. Van Dorn into Q3, Verstappen and Ricciardo making it second and third, showing that the Red Bull had potential this weekend. But then, on come the penalties.
Oh, of course, yes.
But it wasn't it took quite some time qualifying, but it was worth it. It was, rain just practically makes the whole race weekend better, doesn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah. It makes it a lot more exciting. Yeah, I just caught the last couple of laps in the pub that we were in. But from what I gathered, it was a very exciting qualifying session with Stroll getting P2 and Ocon P3, which was great to see. And then the Ferrari's way back with a 7th and 9th or 7th and 8th, something like that.
7 and 8, yeah.
Yeah.
And immediately on Twitter, people were like, I was a bit the same. They were like, Stroll, the first youngster to start on the front row, and people were like, yeah, due to penalties. That's true. I mean, if it wouldn't have been the penalties, he wouldn't have been on the front row, but still, he would have been 4th and Ocon 5th. I mean, hello, that's basically Ferrari and Red Bull country, and then they casually come in with a Williams and a Force India.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But on to the actual race.
Yes.
Well, let's go through the teams. Let's start at the front. We'll start with Mercedes. This is another dominant display by Hamilton. Will he ever be stopped, December?
I don't know. It was it was dominance by Hamilton, but by Mercedes in general, because Bottas was quite pacey as well. He did finish 4.4 seconds behind Lewis, but then there was a 36-second gap to Vettel. So the Mercedes boys were really at it. Did you see how happy they were afterwards? I think they're really, really good teammates. Ignoring everything we thought at the beginning that Bottas would be an obvious number 2 and that he wouldn't be pleased with it, but it's turning. Did you? Oh no, wait, you didn't. During qualifying, as it was postponed, they just went on to PlayStation 4 in the garage or in the trailer. They went to play some PlayStation 4 to pass the time. Okay. Just the two of them sitting there in the racing outfit. It was really funny to see. Cause Lewis went. I'll
have to find that photo and put it on screen.
Yeah, Lewis went out on Instagram. You can go live there and showing the pit box and the hospitality unit and everything. It was really nice to see. Like an insight into what drivers do when they're not racing. Yeah.
But the Mercedes just dominated in Ferrari's backyard, which was quite funny to see, really. But that Mercedes is incredible. But it helped the track. The Mercedes is a very, very quick car in a straight line.
Yeah,
it definitely showed this weekend. And I guess Ferrari bottled it, and it was a bit embarrassing from Ferrari at their home Grand Prix, 70 years of Ferrari, and they bottled it.
Yeah, not much. Maybe I don't know. I mean, because it was wet qualifying, they could start on whatever tyre they want. I would have gambled with one of the two teammates. Start on the softs.
Yeah.
Because there were only 4 people who started on softs. It was Palmer, the 2 Red Bulls, and who else was it? And Alonso. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, the Mercedes were just dominating.
Yeah, they were.
You got to respect Hamilton. I mean, his qualifying lap was, 1.2 seconds under Max's time, which was already an amazing lap, and then Lewis just comes over the line. You're like, all right, what's the time difference going to be? And it's 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, no, it was like a hold my beer moment. But that's the all-time record for pole positions, which was an incredible feat to get.
It is.
Breaking.
I mean, fair play to him. He is an amazing driver.
He is. He's very good. Yeah. I guess we just sort of mentioned Ferrari a little bit. They I don't know. They just couldn't keep up on the straights with the Mercedes. I'm sure in 2 weeks' time they'll be very good around Singapore because their car is better at tight and twisty circuits, so they'll be more in favour then. But they just couldn't keep up with the Mercedes cars. It was I can't. I completely forgot what I was going to say then. But I get that you could see the fans weren't happy on the podium. That Mercedes had won. The booing was incredible. I want to get your opinion on this. Is it okay to boo someone that goes on the podium? Because a lot of people are kicking off on Twitter about it. He shouldn't be booed. But when, like last night, when the Austrians were on the ball in the football game, I was booing them. The whole crowd was booing. Is it okay to boo, or is it not okay?
Difficult question. Comparing football and Formula 1, I don't know, but like in football, there's nothing I like more than going to a football match and giving the referee like the full load. Wait, that sounds wrong. Like booing, like booing him, like when he doesn't give a foul or doesn't give a card or whatever. Booing on your own team, no. Booing on the other team, 2 minutes and then I'm like, right, finish now. Booing two Mercedes drivers that completely dominated your team, whether you like it or not, whichever team you support. I don't know. I mean, and people go like, oh, they did the same around Silverstone. Oh, so what is it, 1945? Oh, you did this, we're going to do that. I mean, I don't know. It's not like if Hamilton or Bottas would have been disrespectful like before the race, then fair enough. But just because they won and dominated doesn't mean they should get booed. But that's just my opinion. I can understand why if they're really passionate, but at the end of the day, booing a football team, that's 11 men. Booing a driver, that's one guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting. No, I a lot of people on Twitter, it seemed like the people that kicked off Hamilton being booed today didn't say anything when Rosberg got booed at Silverstone a couple of years ago. Yeah. So it's like they're being very hypocritical.
Yeah, but that for me was even worse because Rosberg was Lewis's teammate.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I full on support Max, but also Ricciardo. Because why? They're teammates. They bring out the best in each other. Why boo Rosberg and then the moment Hamilton shows up, go absolutely ballistic? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think as well with in Italy, Ferrari's such a massive team. They've got so many fans. Yeah. When you go to Silverstone, you have a lot. The majority are Mercedes and Hamilton fans, but you get the Saubers, Toro Rossos. It's a mixture of all support. But at Monza, there's so much Ferrari support. So I think it was always going to be boos, whatever happened.
True.
But Red Bull started way down because of all the stupid amount of penalties that they had.
I thought they were going to start P18, P17, something like that, and then I opened Twitter this morning. He's going to start from P13, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
The penalty system is so fucked. I mean...
Oh, no.
Don't punish... I read something on Twitter. I wish I would have saved it. Someone gave like a really good shout, like, why punish the driver? Just punish the team.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Instead of a 5-place grid penalty, take away 5 points or something like that.
Yeah, but Ross Brawn has said that he wants to get this penalty crap eliminated from F1. Yeah. Because it's wrecking people's races. I'm sure it would have been a bigger battle for P3 and 4 if Max and Daniel were there in the race. But Ricciardo had an excellent drive today.
Yeah. If they wouldn't have had the penalties, I think there might have been 3 teams on the podium, 3 different teams.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, they could have been.
But Daniel, what a race, wasn't it?
Oh, fantastic. That dive bomb on Kimi was yes.
And the move on, was it a Force India where he shimmy to the right? And
it was run Ocon.
On Ocon. That was beautiful.
That was good. Yeah, it was very, very good. I think Max would have been up there as well, but he had that contact with Massa. I think it was a racing incident.
Massive fan of Max, but I have to agree. Like, he should pick his moments a bit better. But he's going to get there. But he was ahead of Massa. But then I think Massa had a slightly better turn in because Max was almost on the curbs. And then if Max would have turned full left, to avoid Massa's side pod, then he would have bounced over those massive yellow curbs. No, it's not really curbs. Those massive yellow bumps. And he would have lost time anyway. Maybe that would have been the better option, but he's really competitive, and maybe he should have waited one more corner.
Yeah.
But, people like going, oh, Massa, you twat. No, don't do that. I mean...
No. Yeah, no, I think it's just like you said, it's a racing incident.
Racing incident. Same with the touch with Magnussen. Magnussen should have backed off.
Yes. It was Grosjean, wasn't it?
No, it was Magnussen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They should have backed off there. But it was a good recovery drive to get.
Oh wait, or was it Grosjean?
I thought it was.
No, it was Magnussen. Grosjean crashed into Max into turn 1 when he left the pits.
Oh, that's the one.
Because Grosjean went for the epic dive bomb of dreams, but Grosjean isn't Ricciardo, and it kind of failed. And then he complained over the radio, like, why does he shut the door on me? Oh, I don't know. Ever heard of a thing called the Apex?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, but it was a good recovery drive from Max to get a point in the end.
Yeah. Christian Horner was happy.
Yeah, but he's had a nightmare of a season, really. I'm sure he just wants to get it over and done with. But they'll be a lot better in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, Singapore. Yeah.
And in the next couple of circuits, which will be good to see them again.
But it's good to see that Horner still, supports both of his drivers despite the bad luck and everything. Yeah,
it is good to see. I think they're just waiting for next year's car now. I'm sure they've started developing the car.
But let's say they get like two Red Bull drivers on the podium in Singapore. I mean, it could be such a massive boost for them that they could make the last few races of the season quite interesting.
I think it would. Yeah.
Do we still have a lot of power tracks left?
I'm trying to think now.
You got Brazil, which I hope it's going to piss down again.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, meh. Japan, Mexico.
Japan. Mexico's quite a fast circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, but they were right up there, like P3, because then Max had to give P3 back to the Ferraris, where I think it was Vettel.
Oh yeah, and then Ricciardo actually got the podium, but he wasn't on the podium.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
They were competitive there, so I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
When it comes around to it, but Force India, Ocon in 6th and Perez in 9th. Ocon, of course.
They didn't crash,
well.
so
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. That was the most important thing. He didn't crash, and Ocon did well he was up there for a while, but then of course the Mercedes and the Ferrari were always going to do better.
I felt him. At that moment, I felt bad for Ocon and Stroll because they were just getting mugged like left, right, and centre.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. But
Stroll
the cars aren't as good.
Oh no, wait, we'll get to Mercedes. Oh no, wait, Force India, Mercedes, Williams, I mean, but Force India had a crappy pit stop as well.
It did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Williams were bad as well in their pit stops. They weren't consistent.
Yeah, normally they have amazing pit stops.
Yeah, Williams are usually the best on the grid.
Yeah.
But this weekend they weren't too good. But Force India, it's a solid result. They've nailed down 4th in the constructors. They're not going to get 3rd, and they're not going to drop down to 5th. So
double points finish. So
exactly.
I think Ocon is showing that he's quite the better driver than Perez.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. There was sort of at one point sort of a train doing the race for. There's a good battle for P4 at one.
But the last lap for P6.
Yeah. And then it was P6, and then you also had a battle for 10th place.
Yeah.
Until Max turned up and just destroyed them all, which was quite funny to see. But Williams again, double point finish.
7th and 8th, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he had the incident we talked about earlier with Massa and Verstappen, but a good haul of points. Lance Stroll did very well under a lot of pressure, I guess.
It was a really decent drive. Hardly any mistakes. Oh, did you see that slow motion shot of both the Williams going into that gravel? With like just a bit of the wheel.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Yeah. Both of them took exactly the same line. I mean, Stroll finishing before Massa, fair enough, but I think Stroll is really shutting up everyone who criticised him in the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think at the start of the season he had that stigma of being a paid driver and not going to be very good, but he's now shown he's a good driver. Yeah,
I'm just worried for him around Singapore. I think it might be a DNF.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, it's not going to be he might be in the wall.
But in the beginning of the season, you remember us saying it like in the first podcast, I think, that Stroll was really shaky at the wheel, like constant.
Yes.
I know drivers constantly have to make minor corrections, like minor movements to the wheel, but he was like, bloody hell, they were going all over the shop. But now he looks a lot more balanced. Gets on the power earlier. Hardly any lockups.
Yeah, no, he's a lot better than he was, so that's good to see. And yeah, he's doing a lot better than he did at the start of the season. So that's good to see, and it's good to see a rookie doing well.
Yeah.
In Formula One, even if he's a paid driver, it's still good to see. Who else have we got?
Haas, meh.
Yeah, well,
Grosjean being an absolute twat in qualifying.
Yeah, and Magnussen wasn't really doing much again in the race.
It isn't really a track that suits him, is it?
I don't know what track does suit the Haas though. I've no idea what their good track is.
Yeah. Do they still have issues with their brake manufacturer? Or brake,
I think it's better than it was, but they are still struggling a little bit with that whole issue. Who else we got? Renault.
Toro Rosso, Fiat Sainz.
Toro Rosso, yeah. Toro Rosso first. 12th and...
Meh.
Where was he?
Anonymous 14th. Drive, 14th.
Yeah, they went, same as... And Sauber.
Sainz actually... No. Sainz actually, when Max went for the overtake at the chicane, not Ascari, the other one, the first chicane,
Yeah, I know,
yeah. Sainz actually backed off. He was just recharging his battery because of why squabble for P14 or P13 at the moment. But
I see.
I don't know. Toro Rosso are so anonymous this season, and if they do get some screen time, it's because they crashed. Well, that's mostly Fiat. I mean, I would like to see Sainz in I don't know, maybe a Williams. See what he can do there.
He's rumoured to get Renault. That's what I've heard recently.
Ooh.
So, yeah. But we'll have to wait and see.
I don't know if that's much of an improvement, but...
Well, that Renault's getting better every year, I guess. But
that is true.
We'll have to wait and see, won't we? There's a lot to talk about with McLaren Honda. Alonso kicked up a massive fuss on the radio again with Palmer, which made me laugh. And then, because he got a 5-second penalty for overtaking Alonso, not giving the position back. And then he retired, and I remember Alonso, they went, Palmer's retired. And Alonso was going, ha, karma. And I was like, that made me laugh when that radio broadcast came on. But then they retired... Did both cars retired? Yeah, both cars retired.
Yeah,
I think I don't know what was wrong with Stoffel. Yeah, what was his issue?
He came out of Ascari. I think he was in the top 10 or 11th at the moment because he was driving really good, defending quite well until he came up to a straight and he got mugged. But he was driving really well, and then he came out of Ascari, and then he didn't go over 160 kilometers an hour in that moment. I think everyone who watches a McLaren go slow is like, they're not going to pick up the pace again, it's finished. So he retired. Alonso, they brought him in as a precaution?
Yeah, they put engine precaution, that's what I read.
I mean, you slam so many penalties on them for getting a new engine, and then you're going to save it? What?
Yeah, no. But
Alonso was 14th at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, what, in the standings?
Yeah, he was 14th at the moment when they brought him back, when they brought him in and said, we're going to retire. So.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, but he's just. I remember he said he's only there for the fans now. He doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, true.
But rumours are that they're going to announce their engines on Tuesday, and it's rumoured to be Renault now and not Mercedes. So it's an interesting move. Yeah. Renault power. It's okay it works for the Red Bulls, but it doesn't. Well, it works for one side of the Red Bull garage. It doesn't work for Max's side, unfortunately, because of all the retirements he's had this year. So, well, that'll be interesting. I'll wait and see.
It worked today, so.
Yeah, it worked today, yeah. Yeah, but, yeah, like I said, it'd be interesting to see how that goes. And on a Renault, we haven't talked about them. Palmer retired again. And then Hankover was 13th.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't, like we said, it wasn't the best Grand Prix in the world, but it's just these regulations.
Hulkenberg started, well in the top 10, didn't he?
No, he started 14th.
Oh, no, wait, he started 12th. 12th. Oh, wait, yeah, with all the penalties, yeah. No, wait, he started in the top 10. Oh, no, wait, yeah, he got penalties as well.
Yeah, everyone had penalties.
Bloody hell, then penalties.
I read
penalty system.
Oh, stupid, isn't it? But I read Stoffel Van Dorn's had 1 kilometre worth of penalties this year, which is crazy. It's crazy. Madness.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Palmer. I felt really bad for the guy during qualifying because he really wanted to go, out for another banging lap, and then they were Jolyon was 16th, really messed out, and he went oh damn, and then he appeared in front of the camera. He was really gutted. I mean, I think he's got a great personality, but I don't know. Maybe it's the pressure getting to him. I don't, I appreciate a good meme from now and then, from time to time, but I don't know. If he would lose his seat, I would be a bit gutted. He's a likable guy.
Yeah, I think if he does lose his seat, it's. I hate on him. I hate him a lot more than I actually mean. It wouldn't be fair because he's had so many retirements, and a lot of the issues he's had hasn't been his fault. So it would be a kick in the teeth for him. I don't know. Does he put money into the team at all? Do you know? Or not? I've no idea.
No, I'm not very sure.
Yeah, but he hasn't had the best season really. But like we said, Renault was getting better every single year, so it'd be gutting if he does go.
He's got 4 DNFs and 1 did not start around Great Britain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think, is there anything else we can talk about for the Grand Prix? It wasn't the best.
No, not much about Formula 1 this weekend. Our predictions for Singapore should be interesting.
Yeah, looking forward to Singapore Grand Prix. It's one of my favourite tracks. Tight and twisty at night.
It's a long one, isn't it?
79 laps. It's a really long one, isn't it? But that should be good.
Yeah.
And then that's later on in the evening as well for me, for us actually. But that should be a good Grand Prix.
Oh yeah.
But hopefully, Red Bull and Ferrari will kick up, and pick it up and be competitive. I'm sure Ferrari. I think Ferrari might even win it in 2 weeks' time over Mercedes, because that Ferrari is far better because it's got a shorter wheelbase than the Mercedes. It should be quicker around the tight and twisty bends of Singapore. But my predictions, I'm going to go with Ferrari 1-2.
All right. For qualifying or for the race?
No, for the race. Ferrari 1-2.
All right.
Vettel, Raikkonen, and Hamilton to get third. I want the Red Bulls to be there.
Interesting.
But I don't think they're going to do it.
Interesting. Well, I've got on the official Formula 1 page, I got the information about the Marina Bay Street Circuit, and the fastest lap last year was Daniel Ricciardo. So I'm gonna go. I mean, that Ferrari is quick though, isn't it? But the chassis from the Red Bull is something else.
Different regulations.
I'm gonna go Ricciardo. First. Yeah, I know different regulations, but still, I mean, Ricciardo is gonna get. Yeah, Ricciardo first. Okay. Vettel second. Do I even dare? Yeah, go on. Max third.
Oh, bold prediction.
Double Red Bull podium.
Have we seen that this year? No, we haven't, have we?
Nope. Brand new, spanking new engine.
Has Max been on the podium this year?
China?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's around China.
Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, but hopefully it's a good Grand Prix. Yeah. But I don't know because they can't overtake normally on big tracks. So run a tight and twisty circuit. I don't know how much overtaking we're actually going to see.
Yeah, but the reason I put Daniel and Max there, because I'm a Red Bull fan, that's one. But also they're both really good at overtaking. They find spots where no one else spots them.
Yes. Yes, that is true.
So I don't know. Right, I've got a nice one, Tuke. Maybe a new prediction we can add for the remaining races. Who's going to be your first retirement?
First retirement. Oh. Is it a driver or a team?
Driver.
I'm going to go for Fernando Alonso.
Ooh.
Because that McLaren Honda is bad and he retired so many times this year. It could. I reckon it'd be either one of the McLarens will be the first one to go. What about you?
All right. I'm gonna go. No, I daren't. Grosjean.
Okay, interesting. By crashing out or car issue?
Yeah, crashing out. I've got the results from last year.
Yeah.
Rosberg won that one. Then Ricciardo second with half a second, so that was spicy. Then Hamilton, fair enough. Raikkonen, Vettel, Verstappen sixth. And then Alonso was seventh.
Yeah. I can't see that happening again. No, that won't happen. Yeah.
Grosjean didn't start. Hülkenberg didn't finish. Bottas didn't finish. So I don't know. Imagine a Mercedes crashing out. Oh, hello.
That would open the door up again because Hamilton's now 7 points in front, I believe.
Results. Driver standings. I've got them open now. 3 points.
3 points.
Clear of Vettel.
But that is the first time this year that Hamilton's led the Drivers' World Championship.
Yeah, that rounds off the Formula 1 part. Just one question for you, Duke. If you could, if you edit the podcast, the new Formula 2 car.
Oh yeah, of course I got revealed this weekend.
God.
With the new Halo.
God damn, that thing is sexy. Oh,
it is a really.
I mean,
really
apart from
nice
the Halo.
Car. Yeah, it is a nice car because they've had the same car since 2011, in GP2. So, but now that car will only be there for 2 years, and then they'll have a new one then. But that car does look very, very nice.
Yeah, if you look at it now and you look at the cars they drive with, the past season and this season, I mean, it just looks so much more aggressive, almost to take it more seriously.
Yes.
But it could be due to the black paint with the gold front wing and everything. And someone took a picture from the inside, and that Halo is going to ruin so many views. You have no idea.
Yeah, it still annoys me, that whole Halo thing. And of course in the game as well. So that will be annoying to see. So we got a whole year of F1 2017, which isn't good
to enjoy.
But we've got a year before that comes in. But hopefully Codemasters get that game correct with a Halo, and hopefully it works unlike the current game. But I'll have to wait and see. But with GP2, December, does everyone get a car and then they just tweak it to whatever they want to? Is it everyone got the same engine, same front wings? Is that how it works? You do not know.
I have no idea.
Right, whoever's listening, put it in the comments if you know, because we're not sure if it's a standard car or it's specific to a team. We'll find out. But that car does look very nice, and hopefully some young drivers can get into it and do well and come up to F1 now. But we'll have to wait and see. That's another story completely. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, true.
I think that completely.
Other than that, I think now it's just waiting for Singapore to come around, and maybe some interesting news this season from the Honda camp.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for that in the next 2 weeks. But I guess that's it. That's it really. The only other thing we've got is a Noob Journey coming back by then? I can't remember. It will be? Yes? No?
Yes. Yes, it will be.
Yeah, we'll have a first Noob Journey testing session actually. So keep an eye out for that, guys.
Oh yeah, true. Yes.
That will be all over Twitter. So don't forget to check us out on Twitter. It will be in the description, and subscribe to myself and Semba, and of course Alex and Rickson. They will be down below. Even though they're not here, we're helping them out with some publicity. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you're listening on the audio or watching it on YouTube, either one, hope you enjoyed. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time for the next Grand Prix review.